Welcome back to the Love Fan Fest. How are you doing this weekend?
I'm doing very well. I was so excited to be invited back, and then I almost messed it all up this morning when my alarm didn't go off. So I'm even more grateful to be here.
What do you think about this festival? Do you think this is the kind of festival that LGBT community needs to feel secure, to feel represented and everything?
Well, this festival is just, there's no other festival like it for a feeling of inclusion and just pure acceptance. You just come here and you just feel at home and you feel safe and you feel good and you feel loved. So I think everyone should come to this festival.
Would you like to come again next year?
I would come until I'm 80 years old.
In this festival, we get to learn a lot of stories of people that has been your characters has changed their life, like help to accept themselves, to know themselves. Have you ever get a story or a message that has touched you, especially?
Yeah, I feel like everyone's story touches me in a way because anytime you connect with someone and you're just looking into each other's eyes and you're like bearing your soul, you can't help but feel connected to them. So I think what touches me a lot is when families come together to events. I just think there's no better representation of acceptance and love than to go to, even just a Comic-Con where it's like the parent doesn't really know the TV shows, but they want to come with their child to just be with them and support whatever their passions are. Anytime I see families, I get goosebumps. I'm just totally, that's my favorite thing.
Do you think women's characters, women's role on the films and the TV shows are changing for the better in the last few years?
Yeah, I think there's a definite shift. I think television and film are definitely trying to include diversity of all kinds. Yeah, and women in predominantly male roles, etc. I think sometimes it lacks in sort of. Sometimes it feels like they're just trying to tick a box, and that is it's a disservice to everyone. As actors, we always sort of can tell when that happens because we're like, I can't. You clearly wrote this for someone else, and now you're asking me to play this, and you're setting me up for failure. And then that does a disservice to whoever the people are that they're trying to serve. So I think there's work to be done, but I do think we're on the right path.
And what do you think is the next step to make it better?
Oh man. I mean, it's such an obvious answer, but I do think, inclusion, not just in the writer's room actually, but just in every level of the network I do think too having new platforms like having the internet as like anybody can put stuff out. I think that's huge. I think the more we see things going viral on the internet and seeing what people are really responding to, like real people are responding to, not the network executives, then I think we'll continue to see a shift.
Talking about internet, it's true that these kind of festivals and TV shows like Winona Earp helps a lot of people. But what do you think about social media? Because sometimes they're bad, but I think for LGBT community helps a lot.
I think social media, just like with anything, is like there's the good and the bad. I think as long as people are using it respectfully and trying to be, I think whenever you try to find a community, I think it's a lot healthier than, you know, some asshole in their basement just trying to troll. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just a matter of sort of like if you can separate yourself and not take social media too personally, because at the end of the day, you don't know who's talking, and it could just be an angry teenager who, like, needs to work on themselves, and it'll be okay. If you can separate yourself from taking it too personally, I think it can be a really great place.
And in this place, your fans are fighting a lot to get the renew of Winona Earp. How do you feel about it?
I just feel like I've never really been one to know how to fight. I don't know what that looks like all the time. Sometimes it's just I'm just the type of person who's just like, oh, this sucks, and I'm really good at complaining or like being bummed about something. But then this has just shown me this whole new way of just really gracefully sort of pointing to something and being like, we want this, but it has never been ugly. It has never been disrespectful that I've seen. It has just been a beautiful coming together in response to this problem. And I've learned so much about how to fight gracefully.
And if you can send them, your fans, a message, what would you say?
We're listening. We hear you. We love you. And also, she's itchy. She had to scratch. We're listening, and we have heard you. They have heard you. And no matter what happens, your fight was not in vain. And thank you so much. You have changed our lives.
Finally, we're doing like sort of a challenge with the actors.
I'm scared.
Your characters has helped a lot of people, inspired them. So if you could choose a character or a TV show or a movie that you would like the community to know, which one would you recommend?
Oh, I don't watch a lot of television.
Maybe in the past. I don't know.
Oh, in the past? Okay, well, this is sort of a dumb answer because I haven't actually seen it yet. So I don't know what happens. But it's a book that I'm reading called My Beautiful Friend, and it's made into a TV series, and I hope it's good because I'm about to recommend it. And it's just these two girls who, the way they grow up together and their relationship and the dynamics of it and the complexities of it, and I think it's just really powerful and inspiring. So far, it might go bad. I don't know.
Thank you. That's all. Have fun.
Thank you. Thank you so much.